was a pleasure to speak to you. I thoroughly enjoyed the movie and your role as Dee Dee Skyes.
Thank you.
It was so. What I love most is that it's just really refreshing, and you're a part of the whole, like a whole new entity with the movie within the movie. What was it like to get that role, and did you look at the other versions in order to kind of inspire yours?
Yeah, I think though the other versions didn't use them as a reference per se, just more so to its relative. But Dee Dee 2020 version of Dee Dee is definitely more rebirth of a 2020 version of Dee Dee and who this person would be, the way in which she handles this incompetent boss, and I think that's something a lot of people can relate to.
Yes.
And the way she uses kind of humor to deflect is something I relate to, and I wanted to just make her kind of original.
Now, what I love about Dee Dee is that she has to handle a lot of different personalities that's just coming her way. When you're reading the script, what was the mental state like in order to fully play out Dee Dee?
Well, initially she was very serious and filled with a lot of jargon, so I was kind of recording her head wrong. And then I think the more that we started getting into the scenes with Scooby and Shaggy and handling conflict, we decided to loosen her up a bit, because as much as she is very intelligent and literally the pilot of this ship, she is also a really good team player and someone you can lean on, and she needed to have those qualities. And so I think I inspired Scoob team to write her just a bit more mellow than she initially was, which is funny because she's not as mellow as Shaggy.
I don't think anyone really is.
No, they're not.
But it's a nice balance, though.
It is.
That's what I love. These different layers of personalities. So, as an actress, when you're approached before voice acting, do you approach the character the same way you would if it was for, say, an actual movie where we see you?
I do. I think that the rehearsal process is obviously different. You don't read with the other actors per se, and I think that also when I'm acting in a movie and I'm using my body, I think about the character's body a lot. You know, you have to think about, are they an athlete? Are they without food? Or, what would they look like? What would their hair look like? And I didn't have to do that, obviously, doing voiceover. But at the same time, my physicality was important because it changes the way that you talk and your inflections, and you want to keep all of that in mind and use it when you're recording your voice.
So was you able to actually see the character beforehand?
I did, yeah. There was a sketch of it, and then it was cool because once they started to actually get the animation going and I could see her moving, it was fun to see the way that they would use some of my mannerisms and the way that I moved my body when recording that line, and had Dee Dee do it. So that was really awesome.
What would you say that you loved the best about playing Dee Dee?
I had a lot of fun kind of handling the ways that she passively aggressively speaks to Blue Falcon. I thought that was very fun. I kind of got off on it, being able to talk back to your boss in a way that he doesn't know you're doing it. I got to get out a lot there. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, working with our director Tony, he's a great leader, and we had a lot of fun and laughed a lot while making this. So he was a great person to be in a dark booth with, keeping the energy up with.
Now, when you're in that booth, what is it like? Are you just imagining the scene? Do they go and explain the scene to you? Are you able to see sketches beforehand?
No, there's not always sketches that we see. You know what your character looks like and you know what the world will look like, but it's really using your imagination, reading the script, and you can get descriptions, obviously, of what things are like and what they would feel like. So it really is a lot of literally just imagining things in your head, which is different to making, a movie where you get to see a set and you get to meet the other actors and everything is literally there. This is kind of just imagining it, and then you get to see the movie, which is crazy in the end because someone's been describing it to you the whole time, and then you finally see the world. And sometimes it's nothing like you imagined in the best way. It's always a lot more grand. Yeah.
Now, do you feel that as being a voice actress and using that core imagination that makes you, when you're on regular sets where you're acting regularly, that kind of contributes to how strong of an actor you are? It improves that acting tool.
Wait, when I'm physically on set, you're saying? I mean, yeah, I'm always using my imagination. I mean, we don't see the sets until we're there on the day. You don't get to see them beforehand when you're reading the script in your room, you know? And I really like to use this space, and I really like to know what my character's room or office looks like. It lends itself to your character and the environment that they're in. And so a lot of times when I step on set, or it's kind of like putting on the wardrobe, it morphs what you thought a lot into something different. All of those elements are crucial for me to any character that I play.
As yourself, Kiersey, would you, if you had a conversation with Dee Dee, what advice do you think you would give each other?
I think Dee Dee would probably tell me to stay on task. Yeah, she would tell me to stay on task, and I would tell Dee Dee, it's okay, you can take a break.
Now, if you could describe Scoob in like 3 words, what would you say?
The movie itself or Scooby-Doo?
The movie itself.
Fun, family, friendly.
I like that very much.
Quotable.
Was there a scene that you particularly loved how it came out?
I was really excited to see the scene where Dee Dee says to Blue Falcon, when he says he got a tip from Anonymous, and why would Anonymous be their real name? And I say, I'm sorry, do you think that Anonymous is the name of a person? They really used my mannerisms and the look on my face and the way that I was holding my hands that day, and I thought it was really cool because I felt like I was actually watching myself.
And how would you describe, if you can, Dee Dee's perfect day? Dee
Dee's perfect day would be taking the Falcon Fury on like a joyride by herself. She's blasting music. Her phone is on airplane mode. Yeah, I think that would be her dream day. Yeah.
Very nice. Thank you so much for speaking with me.
Thank you. Stay safe out there.
You too.